Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video, and this is a paid request for Kingpin. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, random thoughts, streams, commentaries, video game playthrough for an hour, a full playthrough, topic, tier list, rank, whatever the case may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal. I do have a CashApp as well. Links are down below in the info box, and I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. And this is for the 2025 film Drop, which is directed by Christopher Landon. Which I keep not realizing that it's the son of Michael Landon from Highway to Heaven and Little House on the Prairie. I'm like, is that really the son? Apparently it is. Unless I was told wrong. But he's also the same guy that directed Happy Death Day, which was a fun film. Freaky, which I found a fun film. This one's a little bit more straightforward, a little bit more serious. Definitely trying to be a Hitchcock type of thriller called Drop, which stars, I haven't seen this girl in much stuff, Meghann Fahy, but I liked her. I thought she did a good job. The setup is she's gotten out of this abusive relationship. At times we see flashes as to how that ended. Pretty not good way. She has a son, little boy. Her sister's going to watch her while our lead character goes on a blind date. So she's a therapist. Again, she's had issues with what happened before, the trauma, but she wants to get back on the saddle again, go on a blind date to this nice looking restaurant with these hanging lights and stuff. I thought it was an interesting environment they made up for the film. And she meets this guy named Henry. I don't remember the actor's name, but I thought this guy did a good job. He reminded me a little bit of Joel Edgerton, in a good way, but he reminded me a little bit of Joel Edgerton. I thought this guy did a good job. He definitely had a certain sense of charisma. I thought him and her kind of made a cute couple, it seemed. Him doing some deadpan lines to her, being sarcastic, but not in a mean or rude way. She keeps getting these drops, which means on her phone, which I've never gotten these, so I don't know if it's something in the city or you just need the apps or stuff, but instead of like messages, like you get memes or pictures just dropped onto your phone. Again, that's never happened to me. I guess I've been lucky on that. But anyway, I like that the guy Henry says, well, you know, sometimes I get dick pics when I get that. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah. I bet you do. You get mad. Yeah, I do. Just the lighting. Oh, yeah, because you're a photographer. Yeah, the lighting's atrocious. That's the worst part. So things seem to be going okay, although these drops get more and more abundant, until finally she gets a message, check your security camera. She has the security cameras on and around her house, and when she taps it in, there's a masked person there with a weapon. And a message says, if you tell anybody, if you leave the restaurant, your son dies. So now we're in an Alfred Hitchcock type of scenario. Where, well, what's the thing he'll say? You just say that there's a bomb, or you show the bomb, and then now you're wondering when that bomb's going to explode. Meaning that if you have a scene going on, and then the thing explodes, oh wow, that's a shock. But if you show that there's a bomb, now you have the suspense of tension of when's it going to go off, what's going to happen next. And that's pretty much the bomb itself. What is this person going to do? That her son is in danger. She's not allowed to tell anyone. The guy, Blind Date, maintains, well, with this app, it seems like if they can drop this stuff to your phone, they have to be within like 50 feet. That means they have to be in this restaurant. So it's her, really the rest of the film, trying to figure out what to do next. She can't really tell this guy. She's wondering, is it this or this or this person doing it? Goes to a bathroom stall. Wants to figure out what to do next. Tries to warn. Writes a bit on the money, but then gets a warning for that. There's a computer by the, I guess where, I forget what you call, that brings you into the restaurant. But she gets warned because there's a security camera there. So it's something that you may have seen in other type of films, but they do try to use the technology to make it at least a little bit different from the norm, a little bit more interesting. I won't say more interesting, make it interesting so it's not just a carbon copy of other stuff. And I will say, I didn't mind the film. I mean, okay, if you don't want to suspend disbelief, you could pick this film apart. Especially when you find out what the whole deal is and you go, really? Was this really the way to do this? Like, you could pick this apart easily with, I don't say conveniences, but just the suspension of disbelief is a big one. And it could make you roll your eyes and go, fuck, are you serious? But I thought the way the director handled the look of the film, I thought there's some really interesting shots. For example, when she initially finds out what's going on with her son in danger, she goes to the bathroom stall. She's looking at her phone, and then each of the walls of the stall becomes her security footage. Like, it starts peppering. So it's like she's consumed with the security footage that's showing, security camera that's showing that her son's in danger. Or there's bits where she finds out something or she realizes something, and then the lights kind of dim as the camera pulls away. And no, that's not happening for real, but it's to show her emotional turmoil, her being more sad, depressed. It's like some interesting camera tricks that other movies have done before, but it's still interesting to be done here. And I thought the acting was pretty good. I thought Meghann Fahy did a really good job in the film. I thought the guy who played the photographer, Henry, did a good job. There was this waiter that annoyed the fucking piss out of me. That's probably the reason. I'm sure that's the purpose, but he's like, oh my god, it's your first blind date? It's my first time? Or first shift or whatever. Oh, by the way, you ever heard of Second City? And then he tries to do these acts, and it's like, oh, dude, you're not funny. Maybe this guy was meant to be the comic relief. He's about as funny as a fucking funeral. I didn't think he was funny. He annoyed the ever-loving fuck out of me. I was kind of wishing he wasn't in the film. I'm like, could you shut up? I was ready for someone to go, shut the fuck up. I did not like that character. I wish he was not in the film. Because I didn't think any of his shit was funny. I didn't annoy the ever-loving fucking piss out of me. There it goes. No, I'm just okay. No, just kidding. But I'm like, can you just shut the fuck up, dude? This ain't goddamn Second City. This ain't stand up. Just be the waiter. I'd be like, you know what? I don't think you're fucking funny, alright? So do you be a waiter and get the fuck out of here? Be like Jack Nicholson in The Shining, where he's with Shelley Duvall and but just get the fuck out of here. I thought I would be this fucking waiter. God damn, dude. So again, the movie and the tension is about that. How does she get out of the situation? What can she do? And the movie's not too long. It's about 90 minutes long. I don't mind the environment they have. I like the look of the restaurant. I like the two main actors. The guy, he's concerned, but then he's getting a bit weirded out. Then he's going to leave, and the drop tells him, don't leave, don't have him leave, or your kid dies. She doesn't know what to do, so she kisses him. He's like, okay. Again, the spoilers. Spoilers. The reason this is all happening is this photographer, he took pictures he wasn't supposed to. Some kind of embezzlement thing with the mayor and all this stuff. So first she's told to destroy the SD card. Then eventually she's told she needs to poison this guy. And then she finds out, thanks to this, not the waiter, but this girl who's been nice to her. She works at the restaurant. She's like, oh yeah, that guy over there, I think his day's going wrong too, because he's been looking at you the whole night. How convenient that she told that information. Because if she didn't, who knows what would have happened. So this guy that we saw earlier in the film, with glasses, a bit dirty, guy named Richard, he's the guy giving the drops. He's the guy giving the warnings. There's even a guy that our lead tried to get help by putting lipstick message on money, but then Richard found out and poisoned the guy. So they want to kill this photographer because he's supposed to be an informant, a rat, to do the right thing. And Richard's there to protect the higher-ups. So we're going to have you slip this drink into his shot, and he drinks it, keels over and dies, and you're framed for it. And you're sitting there going, you want to take out a photographer and you think this is the easiest way to do it? Like, seriously, you think this is the easiest way to do it? Number one, you don't think that they'll think it's a bit convenient that, the same day as this guy was going to testify, he just went on a blind date and this woman just poisoned him for some reason. Oh, because she's a widower who was accused of killing her husband. Was that some of the flashbacks? You see this gun towards her, she takes the gun, but you find out she couldn't pull the trigger, so the guy took it, almost killed their kid, but he shot himself. So he shot himself, but people think that she did it. But then you don't think the authorities would go, oh, that's a bit convenient, this all happened the same day that we were going to have this meeting with him. And you don't think there's any easier way to kill this photographer, even if you want to frame someone? It's like, okay, we gotta have this restaurant. We gotta bug every part of it, because she'll find these bugs, not bug, but the devices in the women's bathroom, by the table, everywhere it seems. Plus, checked all the security cameras, so you gotta be able to get into the security cameras, have a guy check it out, make sure all these devices are working. And then what if something happens that she doesn't do it, or something else happens? Okay, you killed the kid, whatever, but this guy's still gonna go to his meeting and you still don't be fucked. What you don't do, have some... I mean... Fuck, you just have him crossing the street and a guy rams his vehicle and gets to a car accident. Or what's his car, blow up the fucking car, or someone's in the backseat of the car, or a guy pretending to be a homeless guy fucking stabs him or something, or has one of those needles and he fucking poisons, since you don't want to poison him. Any other thing. Crime in the city. Just how it is. You tell me the easiest way for you to do it is to make sure they have this restaurant, all these wires, all these bugs, Make sure you get in the security cameras. Make sure you have a guy there to keep track of this kid and the sister and all. Like, really? Really? I don't know, man. Like I said, you have to suspend your disbelief. One thing leads to another. She talks to this Richard guy. They talk a bit. The photographer comes by. He tastes the drink. Richard thinks he won. And Meghann Fahy does a good job. She gives a very solid performance. I like her monologue about how she was afraid of what to do back then with her husband, but she knew how to act like in a restaurant after an incident. She knew how to act as if everything was fine. Because the hope was that maybe sometimes she'd leave the guy, but she never did, but she knew how to act. Just like when I acted when you thought I poured it into his drink, which I didn't. I think she did like one of these kind of, I think she put the thumb there and it was so far away they didn't notice. While Richard wasn't looking, he poured into his dessert or whatever, and the guy ate it, and then now he's poisoned. So he pulls out a gun. This big fight happens where he shoots, wounds the photographer, tries to kill the lead. The one lady at the restaurant who was helping, she gets wounded. The guy is shooting and can't aim for shit and can't hit the lead. Thankfully, he's standing right in front of the window, which I think there's a bullet hole at that point. She tosses this hockey puck that the photographer gave her earlier as a present for her son. She throws it. You missed. It breaks. He flies out. She flies out. She grabs. The photographer grabs her, pulls her out. You know what this movie reminds me of now that I think about it? As I'm describing this, I'm like, why the fuck does this sound so familiar? I mean, yes, I just saw the film, but I've seen this film before. It's a film that when I first saw it, I wasn't big on. Then I saw it again. I'm like, I don't mind it, actually, for what it is. It's Red Eye. This fucking movie is pretty much Red Eye, the Wes Craven film. You're in this one location, and this guy's got all the cars, and wants this woman to do something for them. Otherwise, something bad's going to happen. And then you get this action scene where there's a fucking car chase to get back to her house, or a house, just like happens here. She gets in the car, runs back to her house to save her sister and kid, just like in Red Eye. I'm like, this is fucking Red Eye. And I probably I might like Red Eye a bit more, just because of the actors like Cillian Murphy and what was the lead girl? Like the acting in this was good too. And they're both films you have to suspend your disbelief. I think that one because it was on a plane, so something about that just makes it a little bit more intriguing to me. Since you really can't go anywhere. You can't just step outside of a plane. Well, I guess you can, and you fall to your death. But yeah, this is fucking Red Eye. That's what this is. This is Red Eye. I haven't seen that film in a while. But I will say that's sort of film that did grow on me a little bit. I might have seen it in the theater. I'm like, But then I saw it, I forget how long ago. I'm like, okay. But yeah. So yeah, she races home. And the sister gets wounded. I thought this was cute. They set up this bit where the kid has his RC car. So the killer's ready to kill the lead, and this RC car comes and it has the gun on it. Now, thankfully, the killer looked and stared long enough and stared at her long enough for her to grab it and do this. Like, the guy's got his gun like this. Or at least, down here, whatever. To grab it, up, you're dead. In real life, as soon as he grabs it, you're dead. Or as she's doing this, you're dead. Or just about, you're dead. Why it took her for so long? Why it took him so long to realize what she was doing, and to reach over and like, it's like, I don't know, just how it is with certain movies. The guy, I guess, it's all in the reflexes. I don't know. So I mean, would I say I love the film? No. Suspension of disbelief. Okay, why would I do that? I thought when the window exploded, when she threw the hockey puck, there's a little bit CGI in there. It looked a bit iffy on it. I mean, I like the acting. I like some of the novelty of the suspense and the idea behind it. But I've seen this done. Have I seen it done better? Yes. Hell, what was the Grand Piano? I think that film's actually underrated. That has, what was it? When did that come out? That's an underrated film, I think, Grand Piano. No one talked about that movie, but I thought that was a pretty good Hitchcock type of film that had Elijah Wood and John Cusack in it, actually. Elijah Wood was this piano guy, and this mysterious man gives him messages about, you need to do this or you're going to die. Well, actually, the target of a sniper who will kill him if he plays one wrong note. So is that this? But it's not the exact same thing. But and like phone booth, like you've seen, if not like this kind of type of film before. I would say I like Phone Booth more. Grand Piano I liked more. I might like Red Eye more. I'd have to see that film again. But I'm a sucker for these type of movies, these suspense films that take place in one location, because that has a little feel of isolation. I like some of the little things the director did, little visual tricks he did, the acting I didn't mind. Again, definitely some convenient stuff, some suspension of disbelief stuff. That may be too much for certain people, and I can't blame you for it. So I wouldn't say I love the film. It was a one-time watch, and I didn't hate it. Because I don't hate everything. I probably give like maybe 3 out of 5 stars. And I rarely give star ratings because they're subject to change like a month or a year from now, but like 3 out of 5. Like, it was fine. I liked it. I did. It does remind me of other films I like more. And there's certain stuff like, really? That's what you're doing? Is this really the way to do it? But like I said, I like the actors, the environment, and some of the visual touches. So, and thankfully, it wasn't a 2-hour movie, so that was nice too. So, but yeah, sorry, I knew when I was watching, like, why does this fucking film remind me of something? It just popped in my head. Red Eye. Yeah, there you go. Rest in peace, Wes Raven. But yeah, with that said, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.